One of the rookies, we'll start with Dillon Gabriel. And again, some of the things he struggled with, how you fix it.
Well, looking right here, so you're going to see just a number of throws where he gets pressure in his face and he struggled with a little bit of pressure in his face. Then you're going to see a clean pocket and he was just a little off. So you see that catch by Larvadan, but not easy for him to run after catch. And then again, fumbled snap, kind of compounds an error with an error, throwing an incomplete pass. Now, down here in the red zone, everything speeds up and they're going to sprint him out. And this is just a miss. And everybody's concerned with him about his height. Those things do come into play, and you're going to see he's late there to Fannin in the red zone. And obviously, this is one you're going to see a wide open Njoku. There's one where his height kind of came into play. And then down in the red zone, you see him holding the ball a little bit too long, and then he's hiding Njoku. So again, these are all misses, consistent misses. Days 8, 9, and 10, he really struggled with his accuracy. So what you saw the other day for me wasn't a shock. He's been doing everything right except for the final result, except for the product, which is the most important thing in football. So again, you hope to see really good accuracy. Obviously, the operation as a rookie, making sure these guys can catch the balls and they can run with it after catch. You'll see him once again late in the window. These are all learning things that he's going to get better and better at. And throwing out with pressure, throwing people in your face, those are all live action things that he has to see. So can he make the next step? That accuracy will be the key. He's done everything else well. He's been way up and down with his accuracy.
Yeah, and in the preseason game that he played, a half of, the turnovers were obviously a concern. The interception should have never been thrown. I mean, the one thing I did like though is he was able to maneuver around the pocket, a muddy pocket, and find his throwing lanes. I had real questions about that, and I know he's been playing. It's not like he miraculously shrunk to that size. He's been playing the size he is, but to see it translate, even though it wasn't full speed, it wasn't schemed, it wasn't game planned against, it was a good first step.
Well, I think I love the word you use, muddy, right? I always use a clouded pocket or a clouded window, but that term muddy is exactly right. So what he did really really well, obviously, was his poise and his accuracy and what he did. Obviously, that interception is something he's got to clean up, and that's something you can't. I've heard people say if you take those two plays away, well, those are two turnovers, and they dominated that first half, 190 plus to 30 plus. But those turnovers allowed the opponent to stay in the game, which is what you don't want. But his accuracy has been very good. And like you said, what you saw is what he's had to do throughout his career. That subtle movement within the pocket, sprinting out, throwing on the run, 3, 5, 7-step drops, moving the pocket, A, B gap. They did a really nice job of changing the launch point, and he did a nice job of finding those lanes. Obviously, the next step is protecting the football at all cost. And if he can do that, he did play pretty well. But those two turnovers cost him a really good grade, in my opinion. And I thought he played really well, but those two turnovers were huge.